all I will say on that is that if suddenly the policy becomes as a free vote, my firm view, and it's not just a view, it's actually the reality, that is breaking one of the tenets of the Liberal National Coalition deal, and that would be quite a serious matter, so I don't think that's going to eventuate.
Mr Joyce, have you spoken to George Christensen? He made some comments on TV last night suggesting the Liberals and Nationals could split if the same-sex marriage stuff goes ahead.
Well, look, the first part of your answer is no, I haven't yet, so I'll be completely straight with you. I think that people clearly understand that the last thing we want in this nation is the same sort of administrative expertise we've seen in South Australia, where the lights went out and they, for a while, couldn't get them going again. That's Labor in power if you want it. Or in Queensland, where they refuse to build dams because the Greens don't want them to build dams. That's the alternate form of government. Or here in Canberra, where one of their major policies that they have is to take $235 million out of our dams policy, so we stop building dams. That's what the Labor Party thinks of regional Australia. And if you get a Labor Party government, you get this. Of their 100 positive policies, 100, there was one in there about Commonwealth cleaners, but there's nothing in there about agriculture, not one. So I wouldn't be advocating for the Australian Labor Party to bring into our nation the same sort of management expertise that the Labor Party showed in trying to keep the lights on in South Australia.
But if this issue isn't resolved, is there a possibility that the Liberals and the Nationals could split over it?
No, we have a strong coalition. It's quite clear that we had a promise at the election. It was for a plebiscite. People are also always sort of saying, well, what if that was not your promise at the election? It was our promise at the election. Our promise at the election was for a plebiscite, okay? If Mr Shorten wants to stop playing politics, if his statements, if he truly believes that the overwhelming position of the Australian people is that they support a change in the Marriage Act, then he knows exactly how to do it. He can do it by passing the plebiscite, and by the end of February, you'll have a change in the Marriage Act. If he wants to play politics, if he wants to be the sneaky, tricky, clever man who's going to create a whole heap of sort of disturbance down here, well, he knows how to do that as well, and to do precisely what he's doing, and to start playing politics with an issue, which it was merely back in 2013, he said he didn't agree with it. Back in 2013, his words, this shouldn't be the decision of 150 people. Now, we know what he's talking about. He was talking about the Parliament. So, you know, when he comes out with that earnest face and, you know, I've had an epiphany, I'm a changed man, and you just look at it and say, that's BS, mate. We know what you're doing. You're a politician, fair enough, playing politics. That's what you're doing. And stop telling me that you've got weeping and gnashing of teeth and a beating heart for all to see.
But why is George Christensen and Andrew Broad making these sorts of threats, though? And they're making them publicly.
Look, I'll say quite clearly, I always think at the back of the line out, or when you work in a pub as a bouncer, don't make threats. Just have people understand clearly who you are.